it right about now.
First and foremost, because, obviously, your legacy and everything that you've done and, just watching, you still rock the stages and do what you do is a blessing first and foremost, but an inspiration, I'm sure, to a lot of up and coming dance artists, right?
Well, I feel like I got to keep representing for the people who was down for day one. If they could get up and come see me, I can get up and go entertain them.
Yeah. Does it ever get, I want to start from the beginning just a little bit, but I've seen a lot of your interviews, so I'm pretty much up to par with like everything that you've done and most of your storyline. But does it ever get like where it's not fun anymore? You know what I mean? Jumping on them planes and going overseas and taking that hike. Does it ever get like, damn, man, again? You know what I'm saying? Or is it still like, yeah, I can't wait to get there. Yeah, we're going to toss it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, how does you feel with it, man?
It's a double-edged sword. It's a double-edged sword. Like I bitch and moan about it, because, I'm at that age. I'm brittle and whatnot. But my son, he keep me going. And when I get there, and as soon as I hear that crowd roar, I'm like, yeah, it was worth it. I don't know what I'm complaining about.
Yeah, bringing your son on the road must be like a great, vibe, right? You guys sound like best buddies. I saw one.
Yeah, no doubt.
I saw one or two interviews where your son was just hamming it up and whatnot. I was trying to find your IG problematic to see, your DJ space, but I couldn't find anything on you.
Yeah, all new social medias. I wiped everything, wanted to start fresh and make sure that what we're doing and what the new wave with Future Past, which is our DJ group, I want to make sure all that was presented from the start right. So I do have new socials coming up. It is problematic with 2C's DJ. I'll make sure I send that over to you as well so you have it.
Okay.
But yeah, we're starting fresh. We're starting from bare bones. We have a lot of shows this year, so I wanted to get that real fan base on that page and not just the hometown friends that I've had and stuff like that. I really wanted to market it toward the fans.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
We're starting fresh.
You want to make sure that the look is right, the presentation is right, the storyline is what it needs to be. I totally understand that. That's smart that you're doing it like that. I truly believe that DJs need to take more care in the way that they present themselves. Not only, how do I say this? Not only if you're just going to be a performing DJ, if you're going to be a DJ / producer, even more you need to create an ecosystem, because if you're going to be a DJ / producer, you're not just relying on the bar mitzvahs and the weddings and the corporate events. You're relying on selling music, right? So you need to build a fan base. Don't just rely on Instagram and TikTok to bring you in your fans. You need to be collecting those emails and creating your own ecosystem so that you can sell directly to your fans.
Absolutely. And I think even something that I've gotten to see that was definitely an eye-opener was the amount of fans that still come up to us after the show and says, I saw you in 1995, 1996, either when I was born, before I was born. Those fans back then didn't have Instagram, Twitter, anything like this. These are people that are loyal to the artists and their craft. And of course, with the new age, you got to adapt and you got to be part of the new age and embrace those things to help get to those new fan bases. But the power of the fan, I think some of the newer DJs don't know that yet. But your fans are everything. And that is one thing that my dad has told me since, when I could barely walk. Without the fans, we are nothing. So we do it for them.
Yeah, but really doing a deep dive into it and realizing that, for instance, your dad, right? You know how many fans he has across, the world and on his platforms. Imagine if he had everybody's email, right? And then imagine if he blasted out all his merch. Imagine if he had a subscription-based platform where now people are subscribing to see Turbo behind the scenes at a show and all of that stuff, and they paying a monthly subscription to that. Here's the thing that we have to remember. All our fans have a credit card, and they can't use it if we ain't got shit to sell.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying is like, we got to be smarter now because of the legacy that, you know, people like your dad and other groups have produced, and the, you know, the legacy that they built and the fans that they've accumulated. We've got to, you know what I'm saying, create our own funnel where we're now having fan funnels and getting that money that we deserve because these people love us and want to buy everything that we got to sell.
Yeah.
You know?
And he's been putting me up on game with everything you just said. He's been putting me up on that game.
Are you doing like DJ sets together?
You know, normally it was just me going out and spinning. And, you know, when he said he wanted to start DJing, I said, all right, well, here's my decks. Get at it. And he said, well, I need some songs. And I said, no, you just need one song. And you need to go back and forth with that one song and keep it on beat for as long as you can. And if you could do that, then you could start bringing in other music. So now he's better than I am. And you know,
I wouldn't go that.
We you know, we do it together when we can, but I really want him to shine. It's his time. I want him to shine.
So I'm definitely doing my own stuff as DJ Problematic. But what I'm, on the contrary to what he says, my favorite project is our project together, which when we DJ, it's called Future Past. And what that really is bringing those diva vocals from the 90s and those vibes into the new age of production and where dance music is going in the tech house direction, even to the bass music, trap, all that kind of stuff, bringing those two worlds together. Something that the kids my age can enjoy and enjoy at the new festivals, but hopefully when they get to a cookout or something, if they put on one of those songs, their parents can still jam to and still see that there's still some soul in this new era.
I love it. I love it. You know, I'm a big advocate of that, and that's exactly a lot of what my production base is. I remix, I remake a lot of 80s and 90s hits. I just finished remixing Stevie B's Spring Love. I got together with Stevie. He recut some of the vocals, and I went in, I did a reggaeton mix, I did an EDM mix, I did an Afro mix. We did a new hip hop mix to Spring Love, about 114. So yeah, and I'm about to release Diamond Girl, John Minnis's old 80s song from Nice and Wild. So I'm a big advocate of that.
Well, damn, man, when you gonna do stuff with us?
We gotta get up, man. We definitely gotta get up, bro. Yeah, that's my bag right there, bro. I do that all the time.
And you gotta remake Maria.
Yeah, that was one of the hottest ones for sure. And I'm glad that, you know, you taught your son 2 records the same, back and forth. I had a DJ school here in Miami. It was called the Rhythm City DJ School. I founded it in the year 2000. And I kid you not, quick story, Jam Master Jay from Run DMC came to my school. He saw what I had going on. He blessed me. He said, man, congratulations. And guess what happened the following year? He started the Scratch Academy.
Yep.
Rest in peace.
Yep.
Which I'm thankful to be a graduate of.
So we on a cruise, and one of the things they had for the kids to do was Scratch Academy. And yeah, so
I spent, most kids spent their 7-day cruise out on a basketball court by the pool. As soon as they said they had a DJ class, you couldn't get me out of there.
And the kid that was teaching it was like, well, how do you know how to do that? Where'd you learn that? They tried to teach him baby scratches, and that fool went loose, and it was like, okay. And then they said, where'd you learn it? He said, my father. Who's your father? And he told him, and the dude was trying to hunt me down the whole cruise. We was playing Inspector Gadget. Like,
you was trying to be incognito.
Yeah. And I was like, there you go right there. Duck.
So that really means, though, I got to say thank you to you. Because without you inspiring him, that wouldn't, I mean, either way, with you creating programs like that and even getting bigger DJs from back in the day involved in it, you put DJ decks, controllers, mixers in kids' hands that would have never been able to have that experience otherwise. I mean, so many of the people I know that want to get into DJ, their biggest hurdle is, well, I don't know if I can afford the gear. So having a place to go to be taught and not have to have your own gear, at least to start off and figure out if you really do have that passion, man.
Yeah.
I appreciate you putting it on.
Yeah. No. Bless up, man, for everybody that's involved with that. I'm a big advocate of that. And we went on to actually work for Royal Caribbean and train DJs. That's when I was working at Sam Ash. Sam Ash, I was a teacher at Sam Ash, and they would bring in DJs from the Royal Caribbean, and we would give them, lessons so they can get back on board and be specialty DJs. That's when they came out with the robotic bartenders. So they wanted specialty DJs that could work with the robotic bartenders. So that was pretty cool. And then we went on to work and partner up with the Connecticut School of Broadcasting, and we had a DJ program in there. We worked with a lot of nonprofit organizations and did summer camps. One that stands out in my mind was Alonzo Mourning's wife, Tracy Mourning, had a all-girls nonprofit summer camp called Honey Shine, and we started a DJ program for those girls, and they absolutely loved it. They absolutely were thrilled about, learning how to MC and learning how to DJ, and we would put on a show at the end. It was all love. I try to, mentor kids as much as possible any chance I get.
In that dress in them heels, you was dressed to kill.
Well, we appreciate it, man. Like I said, obviously, it's touched more people than you even could imagine.
Because truth be known, remember back in the day, it was, I need to learn how to play guitar, or I need to learn how to play drums, an instrument, something. Now, there's no more guitar heroes, but there are DJs.
Yeah.
So if that's what's keeping music going, let's keep it going.
Absolutely, 100%. So the relationship with your dad when he was on the road in the 90s and the 2000s, like, were you guys still close?
No. I got this one. Okay. Let me tell you about my dad being one of the best dads of all times. When I was born, he made a rule. It's called the 2-week rule. That was the longest he could be gone. When he was home, I got his full undivided attention. When he was on the road, once, twice a day, we were on the phone talking about what he was seeing, what was going on, joking and laughing. Luckily, I got an amazing mom, Miss Vanessa, and she always made sure I knew that my dad was going on tour to provide for the family. But when he was home, he was dad. When he was gone, he was turbo. And when going on even further than that, getting into like my middle school years, he was my football coach. So it was hilarious having kids call him Coach Turbo and not understanding why his name was Coach Turbo, and then their family figuring out who he was and then showing him. But still think one of my favorite memories as a kid was we were getting ready to go to the playoffs, and he said, "Hey guys, I'm not going to be here this week. I got to go do a show." And the parents getting together and coming over and be like, "Well, Turbo, you can't go do a show. We got football." And I'm like, y'all better go let my dad make this money.
Hey, this one kid tried to take up a collection. They said, if we pay you to stay.
So I have zero complaints as his son. I got to experience being the son of a world-renowned musician and MC, as well as just having a father that did all the normal stuff, going shooting with my grandfather and I, teaching me. I had a wonderful grandfather that taught me like woodworking and stuff like that. And then I had a dad who would teach me how to wire up a soundboard. So I can't speak enough about the family dynamic and him, how present he was. There was never a time where I was like, dang, like my dad wants to be on the road more than he wants to be home. If anything, it was me as I got older being like, man, I want to come home. And I'm like, Dad, you got to go make that money. I'm gonna see you in a week, and we gonna get on the joysticks. We gonna play some games when you get home. But go make that money. And what a full circle moment it is now that when he leaves, I leave. So we out of there. We out of here together. So
wow.
I can't thank him enough for the father he chose to be. I know a lot of my friends' fathers who didn't have as complicated as a situation, that wasn't as present as in their lives as my father was as a multi-platinum selling artist. So I can't commend him enough or give him his flowers enough for showing me that you can be an accomplished person in your profession, as well as being a present father.
Yeah, and you try to do the best you can, right, when it comes to
Hold on, man. Hold on. I'm gonna take you to get some ice cream.
Man, you gotta stop.
when it comes to those special occasion dates, right? I guess you try to do the best you can to make it so that you could be home, but it doesn't always work out that way. Was that kind of like the scenario?
Yeah, and it absolutely was. I mean, there was definitely birthdays that he missed, but again, I got to give props to him and also to my mom, because I don't think parents understand. I'm not a parent yet. I'm a hell of an uncle, but I'm not a parent yet. But I think what people forget is kids are little adults. If you talk to us and you make us understand, like, hey, dad has to go do a show this date. When he gets back, we're still going to celebrate you. There wasn't a time where I was like, oh, I had my birthday party. My dad wasn't there when he came home. It wasn't like that. I had two parents that reassured me, like, hey, we see you. He's gone for work. We might miss this day. It might be a birthday. It might be Christmas. But when he gets back, we will still get to. Yeah, we will still get to enjoy that as a family. That we will still be able to have those celebrations, even if it wasn't on the date. So
we was moving dates. We was having Christmas like sometimes on January 5th.
Nice. Now you got creative with it. You got creative with it.
Had to.
Yeah. So you've always been married to the same woman?
No, when I was in the military, I was married to a German woman, and then I got divorced, and I've been with the same woman now for 34 years.
Wow, that's great. Do you also have a daughter?
I do.
Shannon, right?
Yeah, and she had identical twin boys, so I got identical twin grandsons.
Shout out Ron. What's up?
Nice. And does your daughter in the music business, or she's not?
It's that because she's a really good singer, but she got stage fright. She can't do it.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, them boys, that's all they talk about. They want to be their Pat. We want to be like Pat.
Maybe it's best that way. Everybody don't need to be in the music business. It's a tough animal. It really is.
That's probably the biggest resentment I got toward my sister, though, is that she got the voice and I got the willingness where if I see a crowd, I run toward it. She sees a crowd, she runs away. But yeah, it is great that now, because she decided to concentrate on the home life, I got two beautiful nephews and he has two beautiful grandkids.
That's great, man. I love to hear that, man. A lot of people that go on the road, that's one of the reasons why I never went on the road, man, because I didn't want to be away from my kids. I've worked for Telemundo. I've had some big opportunities, and I didn't do it because, like, for instance, your dad handled it well, you know what I'm saying, where you guys still have that bond and that connection. I don't know if I would have been, I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I would have been able to pull it off. You know what I mean?
It's definitely a hard balance. And I know personally, with being on tour with him over the past few years, some of the artists don't have that same relationship that he and I do. And it was about the balance. It's just about the balance of being on the road and being home and making sure, again, the communication is there.
Yeah. Speaking of the balance, let's talk a little bit about Turbo when you were, through the 90s doing the Snap thing. I know that was for a couple of years, and then you bounced off the Snap group and you kind of went on your own. But while you were within the group, there was a couple of changing of the guards with the female singers. You had Penny, right? And then I know I interviewed Janice, and she mentioned that she was part of the group for a little bit, like the live group, that you performed.
Yeah.
How did those dynamics work? Was that premeditated, or did that just happen to fall out that way, that you had to keep changing singers?
DJ Sama.
Entertainment.
Sing it, women now.
entertainment.
It really wasn't me changing singers. It was really the producers, you know. They were like, we like her, we don't like her. We like her, we don't like her. And then the ones that they liked, they ended up saying, no, well, there's a better one. Da, 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 da. I was just trying to keep the fans on their toes, you know. You could have put me up there with Buckwheat and Stymie. I would have still rocked the house. I'm just trying to keep it together. They're all talented singers.
Yeah.
And most of them had gone on to do great things. And if I was a springboard for that, so be it.
Yeah, absolutely. Did it ever get a little rough though? Like when if you knew about someone having to get replaced, did you have to kind of be tight-lipped about it? You know what I mean, and kind of suck that in until it actually happened?
No, I told them if I saw it coming, I told them straight up. You know what I mean? I'm not the dude to see the dog coming and start running and not tell everybody else.
Yeah. Let me tell you, man, I saw the Apollo performance that you and Penny did.
Yeah.
Man, boy, I got chills when I saw that performance, man. You guys were in the zone.
And the thing was, it was a different animal. Like even at Arista, they didn't know what to do with us. They had me when I came to the States to do promotion. I was on the chiplet circuit, man. I was on stages to where I had to reach over and push play on the dial. You know what I mean? So by the time we got to the Apollo, it was like we better show the world who we are.
Yeah.
So if they don't know what box to put us in, they'll make a new box.
Let me tell you, man, because when you perform at the Apollo, you got to bring it. Because if you don't bring it, you will get booed off the stage.
And here's the thing. So I'm backstage, I'm in the green room, and I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, DMC came in. And I'm like, yo, that's DMC. And then Dougie Fresh came in, and I'm like, yo. Then Kirk came in, and I'm like, yo, I am sitting in a room with all my heroes. Like, what is happening right now? And I think it was Dougie Fresh said, you gonna wear that out there? And I said, what? He said, yeah, man, they'll find anything to give you a hard time. That's what you're gonna go with? I said, dog, I'm a warrior. This is who I am. If you go back and look at it, I had on my warrior gear. And I said, I'm just gonna have to go do this. But when I came off stage, I was now a peer.
Yeah. No, you definitely represented, you know what I mean? And Penny, boy, man, that girl's sick on them vocals, boy, man.
Hey, you know, when she sang with Shaka, she used to go to sound check and check Shaka's mic. Shaka didn't even have to go to sound check. She just did Penny to check her mic.
Yeah.
That's how strong a singer she is.
Yeah, no, I believe it. And your rap style, I know that a lot of your inspiration came from Public Enemy, and then you also mentioned The Message and whatnot. I didn't even know that they had to audition to be on that song. Is it Melly Mel and
it's Mel? It's Mel.
Yeah, Melly Mel. But he had to audition to be on that track.
Well, you know what? I did too, to get on the power. But Melly Mel is the reason I started rapping. And like everybody used to say, man, you rap too loud. You rap too aggressive. And then Public Enemy came out and I said, we allowed to go like that? So Melly Mel's the reason I started rapping. Chuck B is the reason how I rap.
Did you have relationships with the other guys that were doing rap on top of Euro tracks? Was that was that vibe was there?
They all say to me, and it makes me feel like I'm a myth or whatever. You're the reason why I got a gig with this group or that group or blah 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 blah. I met and a lot of, but there's some of that are like my boys still today. Like Ray from 2 Unlimited.
Yeah.
That's my dog. Freedom from CNC, that's my dog.
Yeah.
He's the wild card, but I love him.
Yeah. You ain't lying about that. How about Captain Hollywood, Dr.
Yeah,
Alban?
man. Hey, let me tell you. He's the first brother that got on in Europe. And like I remember being at these German people's house, and they had on this music show, and Captain Hollywood came on, and I was like, yo, it's the brother on TV rapping. And from there, I was like, well, if he could get on, and then Ice MC with that song Easy to Remember, he was on TV, and I said, yo, if these cats could get on, I can get on.
Yeah.
We're talking about Captain Hollywood and talking about we were just with him the last show we did down in Hollywood, Florida. He popped up on us out of nowhere and they were out. Shoot, you want to talk about friends getting together, talk about the old days? I should have put a mic on both of them. I could have launched my own podcast right then and there.
That would have been a funny skit though, to see like two of those guys like do battle raps and diss each other on a diss track.
Nah, you know what's hilarious? You know, and me and my son, we do it all the time, like out of nowhere. You know, on what's his name?
Wildin' Out.
On Wildin' Out, when the two cats go at each other.
Chico B to Carlos Miller.
And they do it like old school. Sucker MC stole my rhymes. We do that all the time.
Oh, that's got to be funny, man.
It's hilarious.
That may be a show waiting to happen, a reality show. You never know.
God.
But the DJ thing is a good angle. I like that angle for you guys.
It's great, man. It's again, like I said, being able to fuse the old school with the new school and having two representatives that actually care about each of the two disciplines of music, of having that old school and that new school, and being able to be in a position to represent both and uplift both is a blessing to me for sure.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about, well, first of all, when was the last time you've been in Miami to do a show? I think I saw you like 2 years ago.
No, so we were there. We've been there pretty consistently. Like we said, we're in Orlando, Florida. So FLA represent all day. Like we saw Moscow, and he's always representing Pittsburgh and me through him. But no, we get down there. We did a show in Hollywood at the Hard Rock last year. So this is we're coming back, but this is a whole new.
Okay, so you were here last year. Okay.
Yes, sir. And then the year prior, we also were down there more in the.
Yeah, you were at the Miramar Amphitheater the year before.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I saw that show. Yeah.
We have fun when we came up with the wrestling belts.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw that show. So people are excited, man. August 28th is going down at the Hard Rock. The ticket is crazy. You know what I'm saying? You've got Samantha Fox, Jody Watley. I've never even seen them perform live. You know, Expose, those are my girls. So yeah, you know, the 69 boys, obviously Janice Robinson.
Those is our boys.
That's fam.
Fam.
You got No Mercy, Timmy T. I mean, the lineup is thick. And then you guys coming on stage and ripping it. Now, who's going to be the singer for Turbo B this year?
As far as in the States, we're using Miss Melissa. She was actually with us last year as well at the Hard Rock. It wasn't the same one that you saw. So it is a different singer. She will be with us, correct, in Miami for this show. As far as overseas and stuff like that, it really just depends on who's the closest. We do have kind of a good roster of people that we can use depending on what the venue is and what the show kind of setting is.
Yeah.
We leave that a little bit more interchangeable, but definitely for that show, it will be Miss Melissa.
So are the dynamics and the elements of the show, are they going to be any new songs? Is it going to be some DJ, driven sets within the show? What are some of the elements that people could look for?
Well, what's cool about what we do, because we're both DJs, when we put the show together, we try to almost make it like there's a DJ playing us. Like there's not just my hits. We try to bring something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue. So we get married to the audience. We just try to blend it all up. What we're blessed with, and this is kind of going another direction. We get booked on hip hop shows, dance music shows, freestyle shows, and we fit and we're right at home.
Yeah.
So no matter where we go, we're gonna try to give you what you came for.
So to answer your question, as specifically what you can expect on the 28th of August, if you came to our show and you saw us last year at the Hard Rock, we giving you something new this year. Of course, they're gonna hear power. Of course, they're gonna hear rhythm. Last year, I think we came out to It Takes Two. It's gonna be something different. If you want to figure out what it is, you better be there. As far as we love, I am blessed that my dad never stifles me and my ideas. So when I bring something new to him that might be new on the dance hits chart and say, yo, can we throw this in? like there was a song called Song Request that was really big last year that we did before Rhythm. So you're gonna get some new elements of the old school and some new elements of the new school as well in that show on the 28th.
That's cool. It's called the Ultimate Dance and Freestyle Experience. That's the name of the bill. August 28th is going down in a big way. So a couple of observations real quick. Listen, most venues do not have a location problem. They have an entertainment problem. The night feels slow. The music misses the crowd. The lighting feels way flat. The promotion is weak. The room has no clear identity. That's where Sama Entertainment Consulting comes in. I'm Felix Sama. We help nightclubs, lounges, restaurants, and venues turn slow nights into signature nights. We study the room. We identify the right audience. We build stronger theme nights. We bring in the right DJs, live bands, hosts, and entertainment. We improve the sound, lighting, visuals, music programming, marketing, promotions, and customer experience, because a great night is not one thing. It is the right mix of energy, strategy, talent, production, and promotion. When the room feels alive, people stay longer. They spend more. They come back, and they bring their friends. Sama Entertainment Consulting gives your venue a real entertainment strategy, not guesswork. If your venue has slow nights, empty dance floors, weak themes, or no reason for people to return, let's fix it. Book a venue strategy call today. Sama Entertainment Consulting. Let's pack your place. I wanted to talk, and I'm glad we got into the whole, performance and stuff like that, because what I want to talk about is expectations, right? For capacity and what each group brings to the table according to what the promoter, feels should be happening and whatnot. Have there been times where the promoter, and I'm sure there have been, but I'm going to ask anyway because I don't know for sure. Have there been times where the promoter hasn't done their job? So the turnout at the event wasn't what it was supposed to be for that reason. And they were, maybe feeling a certain kind of way. And you're like, well, dude, if you would have did your job, this would have been packed. Have you ran into that scenario?
It's the nature of the business. Some promoters, they have it together. They've been there, they've done that, so they know what it takes. And then you'll have some guys who think, I can do this, and it doesn't quite go their way. But I don't beat them over the head for that. You can't blame a person for trying, and I got paid.
And on top of that, our number one rule is whether it's 5 people, 5,000, 500,000 people, we gonna give y'all the same energy.
Yep.
We're gonna come 100 miles an hour. I don't care if there's one person standing out there on the floor or it's packed from the front of the ring to the back of the room. We're coming. We're coming for you.
I do the same thing when I do my DJ sets, you know what I mean? I've been blessed, to be able to have great crowds at my old school parties. I do 3 once a month, 80s and 90s throwback parties called Freestyle Fridays. Whether there's 10 people in the room, I'm going all in. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving it everything I got, like it's wall to wall in there, because you're only as good as your last performance. That's the way I look at it,
You never know who one of those 10 people are.
Yeah.
So you can't go there with like attitude, like it was you. Like, you just got to do your job.
Yeah. And I will testify to what you said earlier about being able to work at perform at a freestyle club, at a hip hop club, at a dance concert. Obviously, you've done the whole gambit, right? But when I was working at 5th Street, that's an R&B club on South Beach in the 90s, my biggest records were that were more dance leaning were I Got the Power and Everybody Dance Now, Gonna Make You Sweat. Those were like 2 of the biggest dance records back then, that when I wanted to get the dance floor flooded, that's what I would use. Those are my secret weapon go-to songs.
Brother, I got remixes of those 2 songs, and they're my weapons too. So that sword has not lost its edge.
Yeah. So how do you feel like when people remix your song, your classics? How you feeling about it?
You know what? If they're being creative, why hate? And for them to pick you, like, this song means so much to me, I need to do another version of it and keep it going.
Just do me justice.
Keep it going. Keep it going.
Yeah, just do me justice. Absolutely. So are you guys doing production as well? within?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yes sir.
Okay, so what
So
big?
we'll have some new stuff coming out on our new label called Ronin Star Records.
Uh-huh.
So you'll be able to hear all of the new stuff from Future Past, as well as some of his own solo projects coming out here very soon. We're going to be touching all different genres. He's going to be doing a rock project. Of course, we're going to have a dance project. I'm going to put out something a little bit more bass heavy in the rhythm and trap scene. So you're going to be catching a lot of different stuff coming from us very soon off of Ronin Star Records.
Looking forward to that. So a unique story. I had a chance to interview Coolio. I think this was around COVID at a club in Long Island, and you know, and we were talking, and he was like, "Yeah, man." And I go, "Are you scared about catching COVID?" He was like, "Nah, man. I've been around a million people and I've never caught it, so I really don't think I can catch it." You know what I mean?
Coolio's thing was, if you scared, go to church. That's what he used to always say.
Yeah. And then, you know, fast forward a few years later, unfortunately, he passed away, right?
Yeah.
And now we just had, unfortunately, you know, Rob Bass pass away. And we had a chance, me and Stevie interviewed him a few years back as well. Incredible individual, one of the coolest guys I've ever interviewed. You know what I mean? And I was just like captivated by the way his demeanor was, because he wasn't, you know, about, you know, trying to blow himself up. He wasn't trying to be more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was just like super down to earth and just very cool. So I say that to say that I think a lot of the legends are, you know, before their time. So what are we doing to take care of our health, Turbo? Are you taking, you know, precautionary measures, or how do you feel about all that?
Bro, I'm sick. No, I'm just like, now, of course. And, you know, and I got a great family unit around me. You know how brothers are. You need to go see a doctor. I ain't gonna see no doctor.
Yeah.
I go see the doctor. Because I want to see his dreams come true. I want to see my daughter and my grandson's dreams come true. So I need to be here.
Yes.
And going further into that, actually, obviously, years and years of touring wrecks your body. So he's even gotten stem cells done recently on his back to get that back, making sure that doesn't deteriorate anymore. But like I said, regular doctor's visits. I'm getting him back in the gym, of course, stuff like that. But we're definitely.
That's
I plan
good.
to keep him around for quite a bit longer.
So you're like a Rocky trainer. You're like, you can do it.
Man,
You can do it.
Absolutely. Listen, we actually have a saying from one of his songs. Every time I see him slipping a little bit, I always just say, "Body don't want to quit."
Got to get another hit.
So it's body ain't gonna quit. We coming at you with another hit, so y'all better be ready for it. And I'm making sure even when he gets a little lazy on me, we're making sure he's staying nice and ready. So that way when we do hit a stage, y'all get the full experience.
I mean, Turbo, man, you're a huge dude, man. It's amazing how you move on stage and are so fluid. I'm like, this guy could have been anything. Well, you were a bouncer in Germany for a while, right? You must have some wild stories about that.
I was an avid martial artist.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, muscle memory, like, don't fall down.
Yeah.
Don't fall down. My legs, when I should fall down, my legs is like, nope, we good. I don't know about the rest of you, but we can. So, you know, I try, you know, I'm not as nimble as I used to be, but I try to give it my all every time I get up.
While you were bouncing, did you ever get into any crazy fights where you were like, whoa, that was a close one. I almost didn't make it out of that one.
Party people in the place, it's another Something A collective throwdown. We need all the diamond girls to take it to the floor, where lights, beats, and love unite for tremendo get down. Yo, John, tell them so. Tell them so. Tell them so.
man. Yeah, it was a club at Frankfurt, and it was after hours club. So the nightlife in Frankfurt, like if you worked in a club or you worked at the brothels or whatever, pimps and whatever, they would all come to this club. So it was like a lot of hard heads. And at one time, this dude was choking this girl, man, like farm choking, 2 hands. And I said, let her go. And he looked at me and he said, when I'm done with her, you're next. So I grabbed him and 3 dudes jumped on me. Little did they know I was Blackie Chan. And I got to spinning and kicking and flipping. And I grabbed the one dude and I was taking him to the door. And there was a big glass door to come into the spot. And one of the other bouncers was holding the door open so I could get this dude out. And I'm dragging this dude and he gets to get squirrely. And he pulls out a knife and I'm thinking, yo, I gotta get this dude out in the open now. Well, another fight broke out. So that bouncer left and the door closed and I threw this dude straight through this glass door.
That's something you don't forget.
Nah, man. He wanted to kill me.
Yeah. Wow. God was on your side, man.
You know what? God be riding me like a rented bike, dog. And I'm always there for God. And I've been blessed. I've been blessed.
Do you guys, do you pray and then have family, unity time?
Absolutely.
I'm a family man, and I truly believe that, getting as close to God as you can is definitely a blessing. And there's a lot of things that you can learn from it.
And people need to know, if you don't believe in yourself, how you expect God to believe in you?
That's right. True indeed. That's so true. I think that, you got so much more to give to this world, bro. I can't wait to see you guys perform. August 28th, it's going down in a big way. The ultimate dance and freestyle experience. Get your tickets while you can.
You're going to be there, right?
I'm hosting the show.
Oh, well, then you're going to be there. Well, definitely, we got some time backstage, man. We want to run this back with you and get more into those. Man, you sent us over. One thing I got to give you your flowers on. This was the first interview in a very long time that I could tell just by the messages beforehand that someone had really taken the time to understand his story, what's going on, and not asking the same questions over and over. I mean, like you said, you brought up him being a bouncer, that a lot of people don't even know that unless he brings it up. So we want to give you your flowers and say thank you for the job that you do, but also hopefully we get to run this backstage and maybe give your listeners some inside stories that haven't been shared before. So y'all definitely be on the lookout for that. But even if we don't, man, we want to give you your flowers, and it's been a pleasure.
Absolutely, man. And I thank you for giving me the time and the space to be able to do an insight with you. And to be honest with you, man, I had like 50 questions lined up.
We could do it again.
That's what I'm saying.
I didn't even but I'm saying I didn't even go to it. You know what I'm saying? Because
we could run it back.
It just organically happened. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it was supposed to be, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm glad, because I was going to go into the Chill Rob, you know what I'm saying, how they sampled that. And then, he went to Germany and got with Rico, and Rico introduced you, to the crew that you went and spit on. You know what I mean? I was going to get into all that, but you did all that already. You know what I mean? I wanted to catch another vibe, you know what I mean? So people knew Turbo in a different light, because that's what a real journalist does. He takes organically things that people may not know about you and bring them out to the light. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you know what? You seem to know a lot of folks. If you could get in touch with Chill Raw, we need to do a record together.
Is he still around?
God willing.
Yeah. Man,
but we definitely, when we see you down south, we're definitely gonna chop it up. We got to get something in the work.
Sirius XM is down there on South Beach. So if you guys get here a day or two early, I'll arrange it so that we go down there and you could do the run at Sirius XM.
Let's do that.
I'll tell you what, don't worry about if we're going to be there. We going to be there. You got our number. We definitely come down.
So then I'm going to email Alex and I'm going to let him know.
Yes, sir. Cool.
Okay. I'll set that up. You know what I'm saying?
Is he going to give us 3 Sirius XM for life?
Because we need that, man.
We need music.
I need that.
We need music.
I don't think that'll be a problem. I'll be honest.
Listen, man, I'm going to do one better. Hopefully this goes well. We'd love to have a segment on one of the shows there. We got so much respect for the space that Sirius XM has created, giving giving DJs a place to play music that you wouldn't hear on your normal FM channels, like the Diplo station, the dance station, of course, Rock the Bells radio, all that good stuff. So we'd love to be a part of that family, and we're definitely more than willing to go down there and see everybody.
It really tickled him on my birthday, and he said, "What you want to listen to?" I said, "Put on Rock the Bells," and we chilling, and he's grilling. He's a grill master, and we grilling and chilling. And they said, "Happy birthday to Turbo B," and he stopped grilling, and a little tear came down.
Boy, I called all my friends. I said, "LL Cool J to say happy birthday to my daddy. Y'all need to turn on the radio."
That's classic right there.
I don't know what's happening, but I'm watching all of these people like Fab from Milli Vanilli. That's my dog. And they did the Milli Vanilli story. And I saw the Salt and Pepper story. And I saw the who was it Poison? No.
Velvet DeVoe.
Motley Crue. Hey, my story would be crazy. Like crazy.
Lots of untold stuff.
That's got to happen, right? A documentary. You know what I'm saying? Tell the real behind the scenes and all. That's a no-brainer though, Turbo. You know what I mean?
We try to find somebody to do it.
You should write a book. You should write a book and then make it an audio book.
Yeah, but I think visually, because
it makes it easier to do the story, I'll be honest with you. When you have the book, it makes it easier to do the movie and the docuseries and all of that. It really does. Because you've already laid down the foundation. You recollect like a lot of stuff that happened, you know, in them tours. Right? So you got your work cut out for you, bro.
Like we said, this is just the beginning. We'll see y'all soon.
Absolutely, man. Again, fellas, thank you for the time. Much appreciated. God bless both of you and your entire family. Can't wait to see you August 28th at the Hard Rock. It's going to be a throwdown. Let's dig into crates real quick. So some of my back in the day joints, let's see how good you are. Well, not how good you are, but where your taste buds lie. Super rapping. Spoonie G.
Cold Crush got to be in there.
All right.
Africa Bambaataa, the Zulu Nation, Fab Five Freddy.
Fat Boys. You used to tour with the Fat Boys, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And you can't mention MCing without mentioning Grandmaster Caz.
Yes.
You can't do it. You can't do it.
How about Jazzy 5? Can you feel it?
Jazzy Sensation with Jazzy. It's the Jazzy Sensation.
How about PSK?
Yeah.
How about PSK?
PSK was making that green. People always saying, what the hell does that mean?
It's yours.
Yeah.
Come on, man. I could do that all day.
That's still one of the coldest beats ever.
Oh my God.
Yo,
I sampled that before and used it on a record. It's crazy.
Man, I don't know who the engineer was who said, this is the amount of reverb we need right here, and we need the compression right here. It's perfect.
Yeah.
The only thing
like
is
when
the sample's a little off, but still, it's like, my goodness.
Some of the best production back in the day for hip hop had to be Mantronics. Their sound was so clean, bro. So needle to the groove. Come on, man. Come on.
I had a friend in the Army, right? Christian Mitchell. He's from Ohio. And he was a Mantronics. He was like, yo, check this out. Check this. I'm like, all right, we had a little rap crew and we writing rhymes and whatever. And he said, I'll be back. And he came back and he said this rhyme. And everybody was like, yo, we didn't know you could rap like that. Yo, I looked straight at him and said, oh, that's Mantronics. And he left the room.
Those are the records that made me want to be a DJ though, bro, for real. You know, like when I heard those records, like, you know, for instance, Malcolm McLaren, Buffalo Gals. When I heard that for the first time, I was like, what is this? This is bananas.
And here's the cool thing. I was listening to that, right? I had it on vinyl. And I had some folks, we was at my crib in my bedroom listening to stuff. And this fool tripped on a speaker wire, and the speaker wire came out. And I did not know about panning. And we listened to that record with just one speaker plugged in the left, and then we listened to it on the right.
Yeah.
Two totally different records.
Yeah. It would go, one side would go chicken the scratch. Yeah. Same thing. I used to bug out on that as well, man. But one of the other records that Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. I thought
And
those
when
guys,
Dr. Jekyll, I'll miss
those guys were like one of the smoothest rappers back then, man. They were so besides Big Daddy Kane and all that, but they were clean.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like, way back in them, you know what I'm saying, them hip hop era beginning stages, man. Dope stuff.
And that's Jekyll and Hyde is where I got back in the day wearing suits on stage. Because it's the Jekyll and the Jekyll. And we went to see them in Pittsburgh. And I was like, wow, look at these cats, man. They all dapper and I'm gonna do that one day. I'm gonna get dapper on them one day. But now it's casual. I can't. Unless I'm coming to your wedding or your funeral.
One of my favorite mashups that I used to do back in the day was I would take Herbie Hancock's Rocket, and I would take Heavy D's We Got Our Own Thing, and I would lay the acapella on top. Try it one time. That is murder. Murder. That's a murder mashup right there, bro. Everybody shake your body. We don't chill, we ill at the party. Keep a groove that's special. Man, forget about it. On top of Rocket, woo! Either that or do it on top of Cheryl Lynn's Got to Be Real.
Rocket and To Be Real?
No. To Be Real on top of Heavy D's We Got Our Own Thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man, we gonna have to chop it up, man.
Yeah.
We gonna have to chop it up, man.
Yeah. No, I mean, like we was doing mashups before mashups was even mashups. You know what I mean?
We gotta sit down and yeah.
Yeah.
Because you bringing some new light to this.
Yeah, no, man. I'm a vet when it comes to. I still got over 8,000 pieces of vinyl, bro. I don't get rid of my vinyl.
I took all of his.
Yeah.
I took all of his vinyl.
He's trying to get to his grandma's house in Pittsburgh to get, because I got, crates and crates.
Yeah.
And he's like, but I told him, when you mix in vinyl, these DJs don't understand. When you mix in vinyl, the BPM is changing as the record gets closer to the end. It's changing because it's, now everything you can sync it up with a button, but when you were spinning vinyl, you had to be precise.
Yeah, you had to pay attention. There was no sync button on there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, you had to ride that thing like Bronco Billy.
Yeah.
Man, we can sit here and talk about music all day long, bro, because that's my thing, bro. But hey, guys, I know you got to go. I love y'all, man. God bless y'all one more time, and we'll chop it up. I'll let you know what transpires with Alex, and we'll set the date for that.
Cool. Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
We're definitely in for that, man. That sounds cool.
Yeah, and if you plan on coming to Miami before the date or whatever, let me know. We'll go out to lunch. I'll take you to a Latin restaurant around here, and then you could do a drop that says, "Hey, whenever I'm in Miami, I only eat rice and beans with DJ Sama."
Hey, gosh,
I'm with that. We some fools when we want to be.
Yeah.
We know you. When we get together on a personal level, you better wear a tight shirt because your ribs is gonna be hurting from laughing.
I love it.
We get into it, man.
I'm gonna take you to the spot, boy. You want to get your eat on Cuban style? I'm gonna take you to the spot.
Come on.
You gonna be coming to Miami every weekend.
And he need his own show as a foodie. Cause he be getting down in the kitchen, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you like to cook?
Listen, man, I love to eat, and the only way you can eat good is if you know how to cook good. So
That's
you gotta understand. Again, food is an art, just like music, and I appreciate the artists behind the plate and behind the record.
What's your favorite dish to make?
I just want them rice and beans. He's like,
What's your favorite dish to make, DJ?
Ooh. Probably braised short ribs over white cheddar mashed potatoes with some asparagus. That's probably love a good steak. You can't go once you learn how to the science behind a good steak, and you can make it yourself at home. There's nothing better than just some good steak and potatoes.
Yeah, you probably cook it way different than I do. I just slap that filet mignon on that pan and I'm sizzling that thing.
Nah, man, we gotta let it come to room temperature. We gotta give it some salt at least 45 minutes in advance to let out some of that stuff.
Man, you getting all technical with it, bro. Come on, you lost me. You're gonna have to give me some pointers then, bro, because you got that thing down to a science. All right.
I got you.
Okay, it's on then. It's on. All right, fellas.
Listen, most venues do not have a location problem. They have an entertainment problem. The night feels slow, the music misses the crowd, the lighting feels way flat, the promotion is weak, the room has no clear identity. That's where Sama Entertainment Consulting comes in. I'm Felix Sama. We help nightclubs, lounges, restaurants, and venues turn slow nights into signature nights. We study the room, we identify the right audience, we build stronger theme nights, we bring in the right DJs, live bands, hosts, and entertainment. We improve the sound, lighting, visuals, music programming, marketing, promotions, and customer experience, because a great night is not one thing. It is the right mix of energy, strategy, talent, production, and promotion. When the room feels alive, people stay longer, they spend more, they come back, and they bring their friends. Sama Entertainment Consulting gives your venue a real entertainment strategy, not guesswork. If your venue has slow nights, empty dance floors, weak themes, or no reason for people to return, let's fix it. Book a venue strategy call today. Sama Entertainment Consulting. Let's pack your place.